Not sure if this is going out live. Is this going out live? I'm not sure. Okay, why are people watching? Is this going out live, or is it, the connection said to me, is it low? If it's low, I'll stop. I don't think it is. I think you watching, some people are watching, so... Woo! I'm not doing a breath hold. Not doing a breath hold at all, but, wow, okay. If you're interested in health, self-improvement, enlightenment, stress, nervous system, my geeky knowledge, transcendental meditation, the ultimate meaning of life, cool. This is all, and stuff I'm learning. Wow. Go back and watch my, definitely after this, go and check out my first video I made today. I was in the flow state of fucking awesomeness from what I was learning then. Having done 1 hour of TM that to this morning, normally do about half an hour to 40 minutes maximum session. I never do that long. I did 1 hour this morning, you know, had my 1 meal a day, and 2 hours after I went and did that video, and it just came out perfect. What I said, I was like, where the fuck am I saying that shit from? I didn't even know, from reading a book. But I want to talk again about stuff I'm learning from P. Russell, the TM technique. This book was written in 1976. Maharishi Yogi did this came in the 69 to the West, and the 70s taught the Beatles about TM, and my God, I'm learning a lot of shit because I'm obsessed with TM now. It's 32 days in. I understand it to be one of the most powerful ways to enlightenment, removing stress from your nervous system, and I'll talk to you a little bit about that in a second. Way more powerful than mindfulness, way more powerful than Sadhguru's way of getting enlightened, way more powerful than any other fucking guru's way of getting enlightened. Yes, I'm talking in ego. I know that, but it's fucking truth, and I'm resonating strongly with the message, which I'll relay to you. Check out my first video too. This is going to relay a different message from the same book on the TM. Peter Russell's explained it so well. Like I said, it's an old book written in 76, and I've been doing a lot of research for a lot of reasons. A, I'm obsessed. B, it's a game changer for people's health. C, I'm writing a book on it. D, I'm just one of those people. I'm researching from the new people that got me into it. Emmy Fletcher with her technique, which is the same. I'm also researching from other new people. I'm also researching from David Lynch and the celebrities, and I'm also going into the old stuff and Mariachi himself. I will check out Mariachi's book. But I want to keep focused here. I don't want to go too all over the place because I know I can. This is my problem, my weakness. I go all over the place. If you like that style, cool. If you don't, trouble. You won't pretty well like me. But okay. This book is fucking amazing, so I wanted to make a video particularly on this. There is so much to chew over. It's very clear to me, even though it's a library book, I'm going to buy my own copy of this book and read it over and over again before I get my book out, because a lot of stuff, information in this book, I'm going to synthesize in my own unique way into the book. Plus, there's science that came out in the 70s too. It was done in 76. A lot of science since on TM and how amazing it is. A lot of science is written, but they was doing scientific studies in the 76 too. So there's a lot of interesting stuff. But one that I wanted to talk is under the header. Keep on track, Harry. Keep on track. Essentially what Maharishi Yogi, there's so many ways of looking at this, but one of the ways that, the fourth or fifth state of consciousness, yeah, we got waking, dreaming, and sleeping, and then there's a fourth state of consciousness, which is awareness behind the thoughts, what we call dying before you die, Eckhart Tolle, all that stuff, all links together, what Sadhguru and many other yogis and other people living on the planet, not many, but there are people that are living in a fifth state of consciousness, not fourth state of consciousness. A fourth state of consciousness is awareness, awareness for like a couple of seconds or a day or maybe a few days or a week, the awareness of who you really are, you know, and awareness, living in duality still, but just awareness behind that, the watcher, but in for a couple of days. Now, fifth state of consciousness is permanently having that state of consciousness, permanent, so it doesn't go away. Kind of like Eckhart Tolle, if you believe that stuff, and I certainly do. So there's fourth, which is the taste, and you get the taste, and then your mission after the fourth is to get to the fifth, which is to make it permanent. So, Maharishi talks about one of the reasons why, and I'll break this down in my simplistic brain way of explaining it, and how I really believe it. You might not believe in this, that's cool. If not, just don't listen to what I'm saying. One of the ways to get one of the reasons Maharishi Yogi reckoned, I think he's dead now, one of the reasons he reckoned that we don't have access as normal people to the fourth or the fifth state of consciousness normally is because we have too much stress inside our system, right? What Tibetan culture would call samskara, and what we call in the West precognitive commitments, PCCs, right? So what that means is each stressful event in our life, whether that be a thought, emotion, just a negative event, leaves an imprint on the physical body and many probably other layers of the human body. There's beyond the physical, but there's imprints of each stressful event that have been imprinted on us from birth. And if you go deeper with it, maybe even before birth, maybe in the trauma of, being in the womb and all this stuff. This is just part of being human, is that we have a lot of PCCs, pre-cognitive commitments, or samskara, a lot of stress that builds up and it takes hold within the body. And this affects our nervous system and it affects our ability to access. The most important thing with the cumulative stress is it affects our ability to access fourth and fifth state of consciousness. And I like what Emily Fletcher says about it. And she's got a good analogy I kind of resonate with. You might not resonate with this, but it's like having a PC and having like an open window tab on your PC. But instead of just having one open window tab, you know, so you can work one, you've got like 10,000 and 10 million open tabs on your PC. And that 10 million tabs on your PC, of course you can't concentrate. You've got to slow down, right? You've got to slow it down. You've got too much going on. And it prevents access to who we really are, all this stress. So, Maharishi says, when we get to a level that we've removed completely all the stress from our system, and that means going deep, deep, deep down into the stressful states, deep, deep down into the stress, not base level, you know, doing everything we can, physical health, fasting, all the good foods, sunlight, all the protocols, but then also doing the meditation of the TM, which in his book he does specify is the fastest way. It's obvious, it's the fastest way to remove stress from your nervous system. Yeah, the fastest meditation, fastest meditation? No. It's the fastest physical health emotional protocol to remove stress from your system. Beats any physical health protocol. Yeah, but the point is that when you get to that point over many years and decades of doing twice daily, 20 minutes TM a day, plus also looking after physical health, because they have to with the stress, eventually get to the point, you get a taste of four-step consciousness. And once you get a taste of four-step consciousness, because you've still got stress in there, it will probably disappear after a few days, a week or a month, and then you'll want it back. But that's the joy. You've had the experience, so you'll want it back. So now you're going to have to put in more work and keep doing regular practice until you get to the next state, which is the fifth state of consciousness, right? But the point is that to look at life holistically, to look at everything holistically without bashing anything and judging anything, why we do physical health, or at least the reason why I think I'm going to be doing it, is because it's all about removing that stress, the deep layers of stress, deep layers of stress. And think about this, stress could even come from our ancestor and our lineages, passed down from our parents and grandparents in our body and DNA. It's not even our fault. Some of it's because we're messed up, but it's the environment and all that shit. That's why we got to do all these stuff. So anything we do to remove that stress is ultimately going to lead us towards enlightenment. It's going to remove those precognitive commitments, the samskara, which there are millions in your body. And of course, unhealthy people have way more, so many that it causes manifestation of disease and dying early. Whereas people like us don't have to worry too much about disease and dying too early. We'll probably live to the greatest versions of ourselves. However, that doesn't mean just because we're into health that we're going to not have a tremendous amount of stress ourselves in our nervous system. And the proof of that, according to Maharishi, that we all have stress in our nervous system, even us healthy people, is the fact that we don't experience the fourth or the fifth state of consciousness on a day-to-day basis. I don't know about you guys, but I have not had a taste of the fourth state of consciousness yet. I'm probably more damaged than most people can ever imagine. So I'm going to have to do a lot more work, which is why I do a little longer on my TMs and why I do my physical health protocols so hard. But it's okay. The point is that you guys are too. You guys have got a lot of work to do. Unless you've told me you have an experience of transcendence and infinite consciousness, one bliss, peaceful, calm, joy, bliss. I mean, that shit. I don't mean in duality. I mean the watcher behind the thoughts kind of shit. If you've had that kind of stuff, like for a day, an hour of shit, then you've got work to do and you've got stress inside your system. So there's all to do, and that's exciting, right? Very exciting. And then Maharishi says it's to integrate the fourth state of consciousness into the fifth state of consciousness, the fifth state being permanently aware whilst doing day-to-day activities. The whole point of transcendence and not doing it forever in a cave, like 24 hours a day, and doing like 2 times 20 minutes, whatever, 1 hour twice a day, and doing activity it's like a dye of a cloth. You have to, in order to get it permanently dyed, you have to dip it in, which is the meditation, and then do activity, normal. You have to integrate your TM brain, the de-stressing, the new you, the new version of yourself into activity, and that is just living normally and not doing it 24/7. And that way, he's encouraging us to. There's an understanding that it's not about something you do for the rest forever. You don't do an entire waking day for long periods of time or too long. You have to integrate it with activity, and that way you can access the fifth state of consciousness. Anyway, this is a bit all over the place. Just a point to say that my belief that all physical and emotional health protocols. First of all, the purpose of why we're here, I believe, is to experience the fourth, fifth state of consciousness. For all of us to be walking around in fifth state, Maharishi reckons the fifth state of consciousness, permanently aware, kind of Tolly and other people that we know of, that we are is what we're supposed to be. It's our natural state, and I believe this to be true. Now we've come a long way from whatever, because our ancestors, our environment, ourselves, fucking ourselves, to Matrix and all that shit. But then it's worthy for us to do everything to work on removing, as the core foundation, stress from the nervous system. How do we do that? We start focusing on physical health protocols, of which we all know the most powerful ones, and we're all working hard on that. And then, secondly, to work on how we think, visualization, affirmations, any kind of emotional work protocols, all brilliant. Anything, hypnotism, whatever. And then the meditation. And then beyond meditation, you fast track it. As Maharishi says, don't waste your time on other shit that's slow meditations will get you there. But just it's going to take too long. You fast track the process of digging that stress out the nervous system for deep levels of stress. Yeah, by doing this, the TM. On that note, thanks for watching. I hope you got some value and understood what I said. You don't have to believe what I'm saying, but transcendental meditation is the greatest fucking meditation in the fucking world, and it's also working with the mind and not against the mind. It's not trying to train the mind to do something. Like, the mind wants to wander. That's the whole point of transcendent. The whole point of the monkey mind is it wants to wander. This transcendental meditation goes with the mind. It works with your mind. You start feeling better and it works with you. It doesn't go against. All the other meditations are forcing your mind to do something, like a disciplined training, to go against its nature. That's essentially what meditation is. All the other meditations, they're teaching you to go against your own nature, which is A, hard work, B, not that much fun, and C, it's time consuming. Yeah? It's fucking time. Anyway, that's it. TM, stress. Let's de-stress. Let's do whatever we can to de-stress and become the best version of ourselves. Ultimately, understand that our true nature is that of a being that lives in duality, but it's not meant to be experiencing duality without the awareness behind it. We're meant to be in a fifth state of consciousness, permanently aware that duality is just a game. And I've not experienced this, but I look forward to the journey of experiencing and sharing with you guys if I ever do, for sure. You know I won't be able to keep my mouth shut, so I'll definitely be talking about it. And I want this for everybody, and I think other people have a better advantage than me, so, you know, I look forward to seeing you rise. Alright, peace.